Freeport City Councilman Grayson Boucher is here. Hey, Mr. Grayson, welcome back to Kiel. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, y'all. Congratulations, Aaron. I hadn't spoke with you since you got your award. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
My name's on it in very small print.
Yeah, small
actually.
print.
It's misspelled. It's Robrett.
Grayson, y'all are moving forward, it looks like, with a bond proposal to put on the November ballot. $220 million is the price tag. What's this for? How urgent are these needs?
Well, the mayor started this whole process probably about 2 months ago whenever he requested each council member to appoint a member to a citizens bond committee. I appointed 2 people. They have worked diligently, volunteer work. They've met probably 4 or 5 times. We as a council have not received anything really formally of what they're proposing. However, my 2 members of the bond committee and I met, and they've kind of showed me what they narrowed it down to. A lot of it has to do with infrastructure. A good bit of it is public safety. I would say probably over half looks like it's public safety. And then there's some other things that would be for like economic development and then smart city. Of course, my main concern right now is to take care of our aging infrastructure and our public safety. I mean, we have some fire trucks right now that are over 30 years old that are first out, which is kind of dangerous. So we really, and then of course the police station is in disrepair. I think we all know that. So those are my main issues. But as far as really getting something from the mayor's office, we have not gotten anything
So the
yet.
question is, and I was looking at the list for the official proposal on the itinerary for today, the work session. My first thought is that's a lot of stuff. Is $220 million even enough to tackle all those projects? What are you going? How do you prioritize all of that?
Well, I don't think it's going to be something that can be done overnight. I hope that the council will go through this with a fine-tooth comb and figure out what we really need and prioritize. My other concern, though, is this. We're about to go down 15 mils on a bond that's going to be paid off, and I'm very concerned about going over what we're already paying millage-wise because I don't want to have to raise taxes. But we do have some definite issues for capital improvement that we're going to have to do, and we can't pay for it, through our regular budget. So we're going to have to do some type of bond issue.
Can you conceive a scenario where you can pass a $220 million plus bond package and not have to raise property taxes? Is there any way around that?
Well, I tell people all the time, at the end of this year, we're dropping 15 mils. So any bond proposal that we do will raise property taxes because at the end of this year, we're going to be down 15 mils. So if we tack on that 15 mils again, that in essence is raising property taxes. But going above the 15 mils that we're dropping off, I don't know. I know about what 1 mil's worth, and a lot of it depends on the interest rate that you get on the bonds, how long it takes to pay them off. So, I mean, there's a lot more work that needs to be done on this.
But you've done this study, and you and I have talked about this before. The millage rate in Shreveport is higher than almost any other city in the state, if it's not. Agree?
Oh, I agree 100%. Yeah.
And we need to be rolling these back and not adding more on. So that's something that concerns us. We're overspending, and we have yet to see any real belt tightening. That's my view. Am I wrong?
And Aaron, you and I have been on the same page about this. And like I said, rolling back these taxes. If you go back up to 15 mils, you're adding additional tax. I want us, but we do have some very critical issues. NFPA that says that you should not use a fire truck over 15 years. We're using some frontline fire trucks that are over 30 years old. Now, I don't know what got us to this point, if it was mismanagement, what, over the last 20 some odd years, it wasn't a plan, I don't know. But there are some things that we're going to have to do. Or, we've got things that, we've got water mains that are busting. We've got to take care of some capital improvements. However, I'm with you. I want to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and not pretend like I'm 10 years old in October when the Sears wish book gets here and I open it up and start making my list out for Christmas. We need to go through and find exactly what we need as a city and what we are willing to pay for.
Grayson, I was gone last week, so I'm not quite up to speed on this one, but I guess because it was a holiday, maybe a lot of people are not. And this is something you guys are going to get into today. It goes back to the Tyler administration and city employee taxes not being withheld or paid. Explain to me what that is and what the problem is.
Well, we were contacted, the finance committee, audit and finance committee, who James Fleury is the chairman of, was contacted by the external auditor about 3 weeks ago, and they brought us in and said, listen, we're going to be late on the filing. The city's not providing us the documents that we need. Is there anything y'all can do? So we drafted a letter, sent it to the administration, and said, please, help the auditor out, any way you can, because we don't want to be late getting our external audit into the legislative auditor. In that meeting, he also disclosed to us that there's going to be about 20 findings in the audit for 2018. One of them was a lack of timely filing of employee withholdings, tax withholdings to the state, and there were supposed to be around $300,000 in fees due to untimely filings.
So that means what for the city? Not only do we still owe this money, what's the status there? Do we still owe this money to the state and there's a penalty involved? I guess you guys are digging into that, huh?
Well, we are. In fact, from what I understand, just to clear up, that money has been paid, the penalty has been paid. But what we're doing, myself, Councilwoman Fuller, John Nicholson, and James Fleury, we are putting on the agenda today to start an investigation into the finance revenue department of the city of Shreveport, in order to find out where this breakdown is and to see if the problem is still taking place.
That's what I was going to say. And
do we
know that
we're
this
talking about needing fire trucks and infrastructure, but we're wasting $300,000 because somebody can't do their job. It's pretty frustrating, and I understand why the citizens will be frustrated.
See Bickham-Dixon Park, turning it over to the Red River National Wildlife Refuge. Essentially, it gets that burden out of the city's bank account and over to the refuge. Good plan?
Right. I believe it is, and that is in my district, and I was thinking about it this morning. I only have one park in District D now. With this one gone, I had C. Bickham-Dixon and A.B. Palmer, one public park in all of District D, from 70th Street south to the parish, then from I-49 to the river. And I hate to give this park up. However, with the way the river has changed over the last 10 to 15 years, the park is really not usable. And I think giving it to the state and to the federal government is the best way to go in order to give the park what it needs. If you go over on the other side of the river to Bossier and look at what they've done over there, it's really a nice facility, and I think this would just only be an addition to that.